Welcome back. President Trump is ramping up the pressure against Venezuela as the administration continues to crack down on drug traffickers. The U.S. military now in custody of two survivors after conducting another strike on a suspected drug-carrying vessel in the Caribbean. It is the sixth strike that President Trump has ordered what the administration is calling an armed conflict against drug cartels. Here with me now is Ammon Blair. He is a former border agent and a senior fellow for the Texas Public Policy Foundation's Secure and Sovereign Texas Initiative. Thanks for being here. This is obviously a story that's capturing the headlines and has done so for the last couple of weeks. The White House is basically saying they are fighting what they're calling narco-terrorists. When we talk about fentanyl and other dangerous drugs coming across our border via the Caribbean, how big of an issue are these drug traffickers to us here at home?
Yeah, great question. Thank you for having me. If you look at the damage that they've actually caused to U.S. citizens, they've killed more Americans, whether that's cartels from Venezuela, like Cartel de Sons or Tren de Aragua, or you're talking about Mexican cartels like CGNG and Sinaloa. They've killed more Americans than a majority of our foreign wars. And so when you look at it that way, as opposed to a war on the narcotic itself, when you look at this from a drug warfare perspective, as we would in the military, then you would see that actually these cartels are really proxies to foreign nations that seek to destabilize our communities here in the United States through a dependency on narcotics, and then also sometimes the deaths or poisonings of our individuals, at the same time as reaping massive amounts of financial gain. And so 100%, this is the first time we've ever dealt with proxies or non-state actors that are doing the bidding of foreign adversaries inside the United States like we have right now.
Why do you think then we're getting pushback from some people concerned about these strikes happening? Do you think it's a lack of transparency, that maybe there needs to be a little bit more transparency with some of the data the administration is getting to then be able to fully see the picture that you're painting?
Yes, ma'am, 100%. And that's why we work hand in hand with the administration, the Texas Public Policy Foundation, with our research. Look, the last known publicized document that showed a military threat assessment of this region was like in 2011.
Oh,
it
wow.
was done by the Asymmetric Warfare Group. So really, it's on the administration side to show exactly what the threats are, why they are threats, why they should be classified as this as a non-international armed conflict, why they should be classified as narco-terrorists, other than just maybe videos of them conducting in Mexico. They really need to show how they're conducting operations inside the U.S., in the Caribbean, and then show also their connections to Venezuela, which means the connections to China, Iran, and also Russia.
Yeah, we spoke to Congressman Herodopoulos, who said something similar, that we do need some transparency. We'll see if that comes out along the lines here. Let me turn to this. President Trump's deploying of National Guard around the country. The president is now asking the Supreme Court to allow deployment of the National Guard in Chicago. Earlier, NewsNation Live spoke with U.S. Army retired Major General William Enyart, who pushed back a little bit. Take a listen.
We are very concerned about the militarization of American cities and about the misuse of both the National Guard and the active duty military as law enforcement. The military is not law enforcement. We don't do that. The Illinois State Police are there in full force at Broadview and doing a terrific job of protecting both the ICE agents as well as protecting the demonstrators. And the federal district judges in Chicago have found that the ICE agents have misused their authority. They have reacted violently to peaceful demonstrators.
Yeah, that general is also a former senior advisor of the Illinois National Guard. What's your reaction, to his comments? Do you think he's right?
No, ma'am. Yeah, so I also served a little over 20 years in the Army. I was in the Texas Army National Guard also as an officer. Right, their mission right now is just to protect ICE officers and Border Patrol agents, as well as federal facilities. So the idea and concept that they're actually going to be going in there and apprehending protesters or apprehending illegal aliens to help ICE, that's not the case. It's a completely different mission than what the National Guard has at our border when they were given the authority to apprehend illegal aliens when they were coming across. All this does is have the National Guard go and help assist protect those agents. Look, if we look at the numbers, there's only like 6,000 ICE nationwide. There's very few federal agents and officers that can actually assist in this. Local law enforcement is doing their best But once again, the reason why the National Guard is there is to protect and to help facilitate the local law enforcement and everyone else to protect. There's just not enough agents. There's not enough law enforcement to do that job.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.